In today's video, we're covering what a B2B sales process looks like. And you might be wondering, well, hey, Connor, what are the aspects of a sales process? And don't worry, I got you. Number one is booking and then setting up the appointment. So the appointment could be a sales call, which could also be called a discovery call. And what a discovery call's main objective is to find the pain points and see if there's a match between our service offering and then the clients or the prospects' pain points. And then finally, if there is a match between our service and then those pain points, we'll be able to follow up and then close the deal. So how do we actually get prospects on a call? First off, there's either outreach or ads or content or partnerships that we'll have to do in order to gather attention. Once we do have that attention, we need to convert it typically into a sales call. We'll then provide a booking calendar link or a few times directly inside of the email or the text. And we'll say, hey, are you available at any of the following times to meet? Once the prospect confirms a meeting, we then have a meeting. Great job. The appointment, what happens next? Well, we're obviously going to go have a sales call, but there's a step before the sales call that has to happen. And that's called nurturing the appointment. What we're really going to go do is try and get ahead of the most common questions that a prospect may have, just so that when the sales call does roll around, we're able to dig deep. We're able to provide more context of who we are and how we could help the prospect prior to the call so that they could get ready. And then finally, right before the call, we'll also remind them of what time the meeting is at and then what the meeting location is. Are we meeting on a Google Meet? Are we meeting on a Zoom? We're going to go provide them with that information to make the buying experience as easy as possible. So now the sales call rolls around. What happens? On sales calls, I could really break them down into a few stages. Those stages could be building rapport, setting an agenda, having a discovery process where we're asking questions about their business, their company, what their pain points are. We'll then have a presentation of, hey, how we think we might be able to help them, answering questions such as who we are, why we're qualified, what the onboarding experience looks like, what our clients often ask us before getting started. And then finally, we might answer some objections that they might have. And then we'll see if there's a fit, close the call out, and then see if there are any next steps afterwards. And if they want to move forward on the call, that's great. After the discovery call, what we want to do is typically book next steps. Whether prospect is qualified or they're on the fence, people are busy. We don't want to go back and forth over email. So I always recommend whenever I'm talking to people that are looking to build their revenue, on your discovery calls, always book next steps. It's always a headache to need to ask someone after a meeting, hey, let's pick up the conversation in 3 weeks from now. And trying to do that over email is so tough. What I normally do is just say, hey, let's put a placeholder in our calendars. First thing that we could do is probably cancel the meeting if we just don't see a fit. From there, after you book a meeting, after you run the sales cycle, you want to have clean, concise sales notes inside of your CRM. What you might want to include is what their company does, what the name of the prospect was, what their email was, what their pain point solution, what price you presented, or what package you're offering them, what the next step is, and then finally, what the next step date is. You'll have a follow-up email after that initial meeting. You could say, hey, here's a one-sentence summary. You'll include why they're interested, and then you could also include what the next steps are of the sales process or of their buying journey. Afterwards, from there, 2 to 3 days later, to keep the service offering top of mind, you can provide them with additional resource. Let's just say that you sell lead generation services. You provide them some copy. You might provide them some leads to say, hey, this is what we'll be able to generate for you once we authorize the agreement. And then finally, what happens lastly is once we do have that follow-up call, we'll want to close it out. We'll be able to have a recap of exactly why they're interested, what their objectives are, how we're going to be able to help them reach their objectives, and then finally authorize the agreement and then start the onboarding process. So it's really not overly complicated. If you have any questions about this, feel free to let me know. And I hope you have a great day. See you. Bye-bye.